Morning, boys, and good morning to all you YouTube fans out there. How are you all doing? Hey, Wyatt, you old boy. Back you guys up a bit here. There we go. Tucker and Binford. Got a little bit of a pile of crap here that the horses can chew on if they want. Just got done feeding a round bale out to these cows. Unrolled half of it and put half of it in that feeder over there. Preg testing day is right around the corner. So we brought them in and I got them locked in the corrals already. I could think of a few of them that need to go to market. A couple of them that I'd like sent to market, but anyways. Back in a bit. But they're not looking too good, some of them. Or too bad, I should say. That one right there is a little bit to be desired. That black one right there. Sheriff is thinking that this girl he should have some fun with. This weekend the bulls will be getting sorted off these girls and pulled. But they enjoy this green feed, that's for sure. They're liking it. Anyway, I got lots of other things to work at today, guys. We're doing a bunch of cleanup before the snowstorm hits. I just had a weather update that said possibly up to 70k, 80k wind for Sunday, which is tomorrow. Today, they're calling for 10 to 15 centimeters of snow and 30 to 50 for tomorrow and into Monday morning. That's not going to be fun. Like I say, theoretically, I'm saying bring on the moisture. We can use it. But that amount of snow is not going to leave. And realistically, by spring, that friggin', let's say 40 centimeters of snow, that snow won't have any moisture in it by springtime. It'll all be crystallized and it'll be, if anybody that's lived out in the country and dealt with snow, they'll know what I'm talking about when I say it's like fine particles of sand, or it's like sugar. How's that sound? There's no moisture in it really at all. Because by springtime it would have all freeze dried out so bad. So anyway, close this gate up. Get the tractor out from in front of the barn so the horses can come and have a drink, and we'll bring you guys back later. Alrighty. I'll just show it to you guys. You can see that right there. 45 gallon barrel. That's a steel barrel. I had two of them. I have two of them. One's just inside the shop door. And I'm not sure what was in them. I think it was Varsol or something like that. And there's just a little bit of crap still in them. And the one I'm going to continue to use as a burn barrel for the shop, just for garbage. The other one, I burned all of that residue out of it, and I'm gonna clean it up better on the inside with a wire wheel. And I got a lid that locks on, and I could use it for a feed bin. The wife can use it for chicken feed or something like that. That way mice or whatever can't get into that, right? And what's in front of us right now Well, that's the burn barrel for our house garbage, and there's a whole pile of friggin' crap, ashes and stuff from burning for a long time, so I'm just taking it out to our garbage pit. I don't burn much in the garbage pit, especially in the summertime with it being so dry, because it could get away. So we burn in the burn barrel, and yeah, that's how it is. Anyway, just cleaning up before the snowstorm. Bring you guys back in a bit. Alrighty guys, so as far as I know, I pretty much got all my garbage hauled out. Working on some other type of garbage. This would be my scrap steel bin. So little pieces of junk that is really good for absolutely nothing at all. So what I'm hoping to do here, because this thing is heavy and it's sitting on a pallet, and I'm not going to be able to pick the pallet up. So what I'm hoping is that, Jesus, might have to come from the other side actually. Get my tines under it on the one side, and then grapple the opposite side and be able to pick it up, is what I'm hoping. I don't know. I'll bring you guys back when I give her a go, show you what it looks like. You're not gonna believe it, guys. I don't believe it, but it worked. Get that in there. This screwed up disc blade. It could go in there. So I managed to get the tines under it on the one side, grappled her on this side. She's holding. There's a fair amount of weight. The tires are a little squishy. Now, I just got to get it over to our dump trailer and dump the sumbitch. Slow and steady, because I know if I go fast and I hit a friggin' bump in the yard of any kind, I'll probably lose it, and then I'll have one hell of a mess. So I'll get it over there and bring you back once it's empty. Well, there it is. Empty bin and a full friggin' trailer. How's that? I got a few little pieces that fell on the ground as I was dumping, but I'll just throw those in the trailer and yeah, find out if I can walk around. See, I'm sure I got some more scrap to get thrown in here yet, but I got to get that bin put back in place, and then we'll start working at filling it up again. That's how she goes. Anyway, later. Hey guys, holy jumping jiminies. CP was in Little Red cleaning. She even did the radio. She cleaned them up pretty good. We're gonna put this guy in the shop because this is our main feeding tractor, and the snowstorm is supposed to hit tonight initially. CP wants to run to town quick and grab a few items just in case we're down for a few days or something. And she asked if I'll go with her, so I said, of course, yeah, I'll go with you, because that's just what kind of guy I am. When she asks to go somewhere with her, I try to go all the time. Yep. But anyway, I'm going to put this guy inside, and I'm going to get the Bobcat and bring him over just in case we're going to need him if the snowstorm is as bad as they say it's going to get, and get him closer to the shop so I could plug him in also. That should just about work. A little bit more. There we go. Something like that. And the only reason for putting them inside is that if it does snow really bad, he's not covered in snow for tomorrow morning. How's that sound? Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna walk over and grab the Bobby Caddy and get him closer, and we'll talk to you guys later. Well, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing today? Ain't this nice? We only had like 1 centimeter of snow overnight, but then it friggin' rained, and it is icy. Like, you can see the ice on the gravel there, right? I'm glad I parked the tractor indoors, because it would take forever for that sucker to heat up and the ice to melt off the windows just so you could see out of it. So we're just gonna get in here. Well, the ice on the door handle. My shop is not heated. Oh, other switch. There we go. So what we heat with is wood, but it hasn't been cold enough to bother with a heater. So we'll get this guy fired up, give him a couple minutes to warm up, and then we're gonna start feeding some cows. Cows! Yeah! And actually I'm gonna feed them. Normally we only feed 1 bale one day, and then 2 bales the next day, and then back to 1 bale. But today, because of this, they're saying 80K wind, and so on and so forth, and the weather, the snow that we're supposed to get, I'm actually going to feed 3 bales today, so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. So we'll give him a couple minutes and we'll bring you guys back later. Here guys, how about this? To give you a really good idea. Look at the ice here. Gives you a good idea on how much ice we got. Like, it's hard to see in the video, but god dang it, there's 3/16 thick of ice on there. So yeah, not fun. I'm glad I'm not on the highways today. How's that sound? Oh, anyway, get this bale in here. This is a grass bale, and then we'll it's like a barnyard grass, and then we'll grab a couple of green feeds. And what I usually do is, when we're feeding in the corrals like this, I'll bring them all into the front of the barn area, set the bales down, cut all the twines off in front of the barn here, and then feed the bales out from there. Just close the gate going into the front of the barn and open the gate going down into the feed alley and corrals. Yeah, works good for us this way anyways. Instead of opening and closing a whole bunch of gates all the time, you just go around and open the gates that you need to open if you have a bunch of different animals in different pens. I'm not saying you got to open all the gates at once, but you're not opening and closing a whole bunch of gates constantly. How's that sound? Anyway, I'm gonna grab this green feed and we'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, well, we got all the twine pulled off, unrolled a little bit here, got the bigger part of the bales. I've got a 2-bale feeder on the other side of that shed. Unrolled a little bit of grass hay there, and a little bit of green feed there, and a little bit of green feed here. Bigger part of the core or the bale in that round bale feeder. and unrolled a little bit in this corral here. So we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. That's 3 bales. They'll be good for now. Now I'm going to grab a tape measure and we're going to go measure up some gates and maybe get started with that. And before I start building the gates, I might actually put the manure board in that one corner. The other day I said I wasn't going to. Now I've had a change of heart and I think I'm going to. Alrighty, well, weather conditions are still basically the same. It's still just misting and causing problems. That misty, rainy kind of crap. The rain on the... I hooked my truck to the big trailer, my big trailer, gooseneck trailer, and the friggin' jacks wouldn't retract. They're a spring-loaded jack, and they wouldn't retract because of all the ice on them. You can see the windows wanting to ice up here. So we had to friggin' bust all the ice out and then heat it up and get it to free. So got that all looked after. But with that, I'm gonna let you guys go for today. I'll bring you back. I'll start a second video today and get it uploaded here tonight sometime, and just to keep you updated on what the hell the weather's doing. How's that sound? Anyway, with that, give us the old thumbs up, comment, subscribe, tell your friends to come on board. It's gonna be a fun day, so let's get her done. Hello everybody, how the hell y'all doing? Yeah, anyway. In the barn. And it's kind of storming outside. Not real bad, it's just misting right now. Icing everything up is what it's doing. That's what's gonna make it really bad. Just got a message from our son, our oldest. You guys have met him, Dylan. He's out in Swift Current, which is like 2.5 hours away from us, 3 hours. Just about 3 hours right from my yard. Anyway, an hour west of Swift Current, it's really bad over there. She's whiteout conditions and a lot of snow on the ground. So I'm in the barn here. There we go. And I don't remember the other day I said I'm not going to do this in case I want to change this door out, and then I need to change the hinges out. But I figure I'll just use 3-inch nails, 3.5s here, and when I do go to change this door out, I can pop them 3.5 inches out, pry these boards back so I can deal with my hinge, right? And then what I may even do, because basically the hinge would go right here, right? Which puts me right here. And what I could do is notch this board out for wherever my hinge goes, or this one, if I decide to drop the door a little lower. Because this is how it always ends up being. When you clean, you end up with this big gap underneath, and it's uphill here. So I like having the door higher at the beginning of the year, and as we're bedding animals inside the barn here, the manure builds up in this area right here, because this door swings all the way and it hits this post. And by the time spring gets here, when we're really bedding heavy because we're calving, or let's say February, March, you can't open the damn door because it's hitting manure back halfway through, right? So that's why the door is so high off the ground. I ran out of friggin' 12-foot boards, so that's all I've got left. I had 5. I should have one more on here, but this will do for now. And I had a few comments from a couple of guys to cap this in here. Well, instead of capping this in, what I think I'm gonna do is get some clay / gravel and dump it down there, because there's a bit of a hole on the down there anyway, right? So yeah, it might make the top edge stronger, but it's not going to make the boards lower down any stronger. I've got this in here, so if I drop friggin' gravel down there, it'll be fine. So, but this will make it easier for cleaning. It was quite dished out from cleaning right there. on the bottom, and that's why those boards are lower than the other ones. I figured, no, I'm gonna drop it down lower right there. I'll put my next 2x8 on top, or I could put two 2x6, should bring me to the same height. Two 2x6s, either, right? A 2x8 and a 2x4, or two 2x6. When we go to finish it off. At this point, it'll work just fine the way it is there now. So that finishes this part of the barn off, and that part of the barn off, and pending on weather, we'll be in here tomorrow preg checking cows. So now off to the shop to go and see what we can accomplish over there.